Hey, what's going on, guys? Zach here. Wanted to make this video for you. First of all, welcome to my lovely house. Stuff everywhere. There's my doggy. We are moving, and if you've ever moved before, it can get pretty wild. So we're selling this place and getting some more room. So this is downtown Chicago, which for Chicago, this place is considered, fairly large. But and there's like a hallway that bends around the corner and stuff. But if you're like, from, the suburbs or more of the country life, this is like super compact, which is hilarious, which I'm kind of from, the edge of the suburbs, kind of scraping the country sort of. And so that's been a lot of fun. We've had a ton of donations. We've basically donated like almost a full moving truck load of stuff. We have 5 or 6 storage units, but we've just been trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff because why have stuff if it's just taking up space? I mean, we should be using the stuff that we have and giving away the stuff that we don't need, and not buying the stuff that we don't need, and using that money for pushing our business forward or giving it to people in need. But anyway, wanted to talk with you guys today about your greatest asset, which is your sponsoring skill set, your actual skills that you develop to build a team. I've heard it said many, many times, and I believe this fully, that if you want to control your income, you have to develop a skill set that can pay you well and pay you long term. And since we're all in the business of network marketing, personally, I don't know of a better income vehicle out there. If you guys have read the report that we wrote about network marketing versus everything else, every other form of passive income, you know that I truly believe that. Me and my wife, when I say we, that's what we fully believe. And if you're going to make a lot of money in network marketing, you have to be good at one thing specifically, which is sponsoring, because it really doesn't take that much skill to sell a few products, but it takes a lot more skill to sponsor people and then to keep them in once they're actually sponsored. So if you're going to get wealthy in network marketing, if we're going to get what we believe is truly wealthy in network marketing, we had to go through a phase in life where we just got nasty good at sponsoring, where I heard it called, my mentor Mark calls it a light switch, where you can turn on sponsoring just whenever you want. You can turn it on, and if you need to focus on, depth, you can turn it off and turn it on in depth, basically. And so if you haven't done this yet, if you haven't taken the time to truly master sponsoring, you need to do that. And here's what I feel mastering sponsoring actually looks like. It looks like this. When you can sponsor people at a predictable pace that you are comfortable with, that you like. So here's what I mean. If you don't know how many conversations you need to have to sponsor someone, you're not even in the game yet. You need to find that out. So let's say you need to have, if you just don't have that number, this is how you get the number. Start tracking how many conversations that you actually have, and then track how many people you actually sponsor based on those conversations. So for a while I wasn't tracking this. I started to track it, and I realized I was having about 200 to 300 conversations to sponsor a single person. That's a crap load. That's a lot. But at least I had a number. So it was terrible. It was a really bad ratio, but I knew that if I talked to 200 to 300 people, I'd probably sponsor one. And I didn't really improve that number for years. That's the number that I went off of. I sponsored about a leg, so one personal distributor every month or 2, maybe 3 months with that ratio. So I'd register, some months I'd register 2 or 3, and then I'd go a few months and I'd maybe not register anyone, and then I'd register another one. So it was about 200 to 300. After a conversation and lots and lots and lots of trainings, hundreds of audios, probably hundreds of books, and lots of time with my coaches, and specifically Mark, I finally got it down to a place where it was about 1 in 10 to 15. Okay, so 1 in every 10 to 15 people I talked to, I would sponsor someone. Now, obviously, I was a lot more selective with the people I was talking to. I wasn't talking to just like everyone in the world. So that was part of it, but a huge part of it is just how I actually approached the conversation, how I actually worked with the people, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that makes a sponsoring skill set a skill set. But that's the first step, is finding out where you're at. The first step of moving on is finding out where you're at. If you go to a GPS and you say, hey, take me to Wendy's, the first thing it asks you is, well, where are you? So you have to know where you are. Then once you know where you're at, now you can start improving. Now you can start working on that skill set, and you can start moving in the right direction. And how you actually do that is by Obviously, going through trainings. If you have your own training system, awesome. Dive into that stuff. Get into it as deep as you can. Talk to your coach or your mentor if you have one. That's the best thing you can possibly do. If they have results, i.e., if they have results, or that didn't make sense, but you get it. If they have results, dive into that stuff. Read books on people skills, right? Get audios. There's tons and tons of network marketing training products out there. We have our own. If you don't use ours, I don't know why you wouldn't, but either we have stuff. I know there's tons of stuff with Network Marketing Pro. There's tons of stuff out there that you can use to improve your sponsoring skill set. And the most important thing is take a ton of action. None of this stuff means anything if you're not taking a lot of action. So the best place you can get the knowledge, once again, is your own team. That's the best place you can get the knowledge. The next best place you can get it is your mentor. So that's probably tied for number one, your mentor and your own team. If that does not exist, next best place is somewhere, either our stuff or stuff from out there in the industry. And the last place is things like books and more general audios on people skills and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, hope that helps. Remember, your greatest asset is your sponsoring skill set. Once you master that, you control your income, and it's yours forever. No one can take it away from you. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.